How to lose belly fat without exercising, even if you're sitting down all day. I'm going to be showing you the 20% of the real work you need to do to get 80% of the results. I know these work because naturally I'm an endomorph. I store fat very easily. The benefit is I also gain muscle very easily. And this is the exact same 10 micro habits that I implemented in my life that allowed me to drop 40 pounds, 30 to 40 pounds easily through my transformation. And the ultimate goal for me, why I did this, the first time was being immature and doing a dirty bulk, but my major goal was always to become a pro natural bodybuilder as a medical doctor, which I finally achieved in 2024. But these are the same micro habits that I do with my clients, and this video was inspired by a conversation I had with my client Lloyd. Take a look at what he said.
People talk about what am I doing? I was like, and they're like, nah, man, come on. So what about your workout? I said, well, yeah, the work. And when I say the workout's bonus, it floors them. Because most people are like, well, I'm doing this now, these exercises, but it's not. And especially at my age, at 52, I'm like, this is what I'm concentrating on. Yeah. These things right here.
Today, you watch the end of this video, you're gonna experience the same transformation as my client Harry, who dropped 100 pounds. The same transformation as this couple, Trish and Brent, who both dropped 20 plus pounds doing these 10 micro habits. And honestly, I feel like what's happening out in the world with doctors promoting medications to lose weight is awful. And I'm gonna show you how you just need to change these small habits about yourself that is gonna allow you to finally release the weight. Let's not waste time, let's dive straight in. Number one, the first thing I want you to do is a 24-hour fast. I have coached over 1,000 clients in my decade, including myself. And let me explain why a 24-hour fast is amazing for them, while it will be amazing for you. Without the science, anecdotally, it is an amazing way to start your journey on the right foot. What I mean is, all the poor habits that you have that has gotten you to a place where you've accumulated belly fat really are erased after a 24-hour fast. In my experience and my clients' experiences, the overstimulus of hunger signals, this consistent hunger that they might feel, disappears after 24 hours of fasting. This craving for sugars and for sugary foods, and this is something I relate to. I love cookies, I love sweet foods, I love pastries, I love all of those. They're really erased. All the poor habits that I have instilled are erased after a 24-hour fast. And this is the most difficult point. And if you can do this point, you can accomplish the rest of the 10. But the 24-hour fast allows me to start on the right foot. But on the science note, we know that this is a pound of fat, right? This is a depiction of a pound of fat. This is what it looks like. Of course, it's lost around your whole entire body, but that's our ultimate objective. And we know that if we were to burn up this pound of fat for it to disappear, that's the equivalent of 3,500 calories. And that's how you need to be in a 500 caloric deficit per day, 7 days per week. That equals 3,500 after 7 days. But if you fast for 24 hours, I'm going to show you how to lose the pound, hypothetically. So we know it's calories in versus calories out. Your calories in has to be lower than your calories out, or you need to be burning more calories than what you're eating. So what I want you to do, if you want to start your diet, if you want to lose the belly fat starting on Monday, on Sunday, I want you to start your 24-hour fast at 8 p.m. and your next meal will be on that Monday at 8 p.m., 24 hours. So effectively, your calories inside of the equation is zero. On average, I'm burning 3,500 calories per day, and I'll show you how to do that in the rest of this video. But if I fast 24 hours and I burn on that day 3,500 calories, effectively I should have dropped a pound of fat, but we know it's not that simple. What an amazing way to establish your caloric deficit for the week. And then after the 24-hour fast, I want you to incorporate the simple fasting where you don't eat for 16 hours and then you eat in an 8-hour window period. This is a surefire, amazing way to lose weight without counting calories and for you to really reset and start on the right path. Just give this a go and you'll see amazing results. Again, this varies from person to person, but this is the first step that I want you to do. Step number 2, stop doing cardio. People who don't count calories, and I was in the gym downstairs and I see this all the time, do tremendous amount of cardio on the treadmill, on the Stairmaster, on the bike. I see it all the time, overweight people doing cardio. But I know that it's a waste of time for them because they aren't doing the diet part. So I want you to stop doing cardio because on top of that, it stimulates your hunger. It makes you hungry, especially the hard cardio you're doing. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying cardio is bad for you. I'm saying for those who want to start their journey, most are skipping the diet part and doing the cardio. But what I want you to do instead is just track your steps. I was revealed that we have had 55,000 applications to work at Sculpt by Science. And of course, I've spoken to so many of you. And something I always see, I tell you to open up your health app or your Samsung Health, and you're doing less than 10,000 steps. So steps is not exercise. This is what we call non-exercise activity thermogenesis. Look at what your phone is saying. Even if you don't have your phone on your person, it gives you an indication, right? Because you probably carry and you probably have screen time on your phone that's consistent. It gives you an idea of how much you're walking, even with your phone. And if that number is under 10,000, you need to get it over 10,000. And if you want to guarantee that you're going to lose that belly fat, get it to 15,000. And again, walking is not cardio. It is considered non-exercise activity thermogenesis. Right behind me is a park where people will walk from their office to another place, or they're intentionally just walking, being on their phone, but I don't consider this actual cardio. And with a lot of my clients, including Lloyd and Trish and Harry and Dominic and Dr. Adrian, Dr. Ruth, this was the main thing. It was also our insurance policy to be able to lose the fat. What I've noticed myself, when I don't track my diet, as long as I'm hitting my steps, and you guys can see that I've had a 22-day streak, I really preach what I talk about. As long as I hit my steps, I'll at least maintain my weight or I'll lose my weight. So I tell all my clients, this is gonna be your insurance policy beyond this program. And it keeps the weight at bay or it helps you lose weight, at the very least. I want you to hit 10,000 and if you can, 15,000 steps. And how you can do it is very easy. Just remember this math. 1,000 steps is equal to 10 minutes of walking. So if you're at 7,000 on average, it means you need 30 minutes of walking, right? Because that's going to give you 3,000. And then you can say, okay, cool. After every meal, I'll just walk 10 minutes. Or if you're sitting all day, say, hey, I'm going to do a bathroom break. Or hey, for lunch, I'm going to do work while walking around the park. Or when I get home, I'm just going to watch TV and get a walking pad. Or I'm going to walk to the gym. I've set the rule for myself is I'm going to watch anything on TV, or if I'm going to text with my phone, I walk. Just that simple method. Let's go on to micro habit number 3 is don't eat out. And if you have to eat out, I'm going to give you what you can order and healthy alternatives. But what I see so many people do is that they're eating out all the time. And remember, when you go to restaurants, it is in the restaurant's best interest to make that food as tasty as possible. And what that means is that they're going to put as much sugar as possible and they're going to put as much oil as possible. That stuff tastes good. So if you can, don't eat out. But if you have to, eat this instead. For breakfast, take 2 toasts or 3 toasts if you must. And then get eggs, boiled eggs specifically, and take 5 boiled eggs. From the 5 boiled eggs, I want you to peel it and remove the yolk inside of those 5 boiled eggs. And then on the 5th egg, keep that yolk. And if you can, chop it up, like put it in those little cereal containers, chop it up and add just a little bit of mayo on there. And that's going to be your high protein toast that you can eat anywhere for breakfast. Or you can even just ask them to give you 5 egg whites and 1 whole egg. That's a high protein meal. And I'm going to talk about that more later. For lunch, I want you to ask for 6 ounces of any chicken breast or 8 ounces of any steak, especially if the steak ends in the word loin. Any of the loin endings are the leaner cuts of steak. So that's for lunch, and you can have it with veggies, you can have it with rice, and I want you to have 8 ounces. And there's going to be a science behind this. And then for dinner, I want you to have white fish, right? You can ask for mahi-mahi, you can ask for cod. If you must, you can ask for tilapia, not the best alternative, but any white fish. Go for those healthy alternatives if you're eating out, even if you're going to a sushi bar. But I'll talk about cheat meals later. You're going to a sushi bar, you can do sashimi, which just means it's the raw fish, or you can do a tuna roll, you can do a dragon roll, or you can do a nigiri, which means it's the protein source with a bowl of rice, right? Those are the best alternatives. Now you don't have an excuse of eating out poorly. And the big thing I tell all my clients, avoid Italian. Italian is hard. Like that's the final boss that you can't beat. But on top of that, you can also have the healthy alternatives to all the foods you love. Example, if you love barbecue sauce, you can order G. Hughes. They have low-calorie barbecue sauces. If you like olive oil or butter, you can use 1-calorie sprays. If you love ice cream, you can get Halo Top, you can get Yasso, you can get Arctic Zero. If you love Burgers, the big thing I want you to do is instead of using their patty, get a 95.5 lean ground beef. Just get healthy alternatives for all the foods you love and they exist. If you love creamer in your coffee, get the nut pods. There's a healthy alternative to every meal you want, and YouTube has all these recipes. Let me know actually if you guys want me to make that video. I'm considering doing this. I'm gonna make a series, 5 breakfast, 5 lunches, 5 dinners, 5 snacks. A 4 video series where I make healthy alternatives, all these I just described, and I'm gonna even create a PDF for it. Let me know if you want that. Comment down below, Dr. Mike, create the video series for the healthy alternatives and leave the video the gentle thumbs up. I'll do that for you. Habit number 4 really ties into the first one. The king of all diets, better than keto, better than carnivore, better than if it fits your macros. This is every principle of every diet is a high protein diet. That is what I consider S tier. And I made this video ranking all the diets and people agreed that this is S tier compared to all the others. It's a high protein diet. That is the foundation. And the reason for that is that eating more protein will help you build more muscle. It will help you stay fuller for longer because it's satiating. It will boost your metabolism because your body needs so much energy to be able to break down the protein. And I want you to take a pen and paper and just write this down because it's going to save you any pain of really counting calories ever. 50 equals 2, 6, 8, 10. 50 grams of protein is equal to 2 scoops of a whey protein, 6 ounces of cooked chicken breast, 8 ounces of cooked steak, and then 10 ounces of cooked white fish. If you eat any of those foods in that portion, then you will hit 50 grams of protein in that meal. And in reality, research has shown that people actually only eat the same 5 to 10 meals in their entire lifetime. So if you remember this formula, now you know, okay, any meal you eat, it doesn't matter what meal you're eating, it should have 50 grams of protein because you're gonna eat less, it's gonna help you build more muscle, and it's gonna help you burn more calories. There's no downside unless you have a gut issue or a kidney issue. So basically, for example, if I just had to come up with something in my mind, I would say, okay, cool. For breakfast, I'm going to work, I'm in a hurry, I'm gonna take 2 scoops of a shake. Let's say for lunch, you're also super busy, take 2 scoops again. But let's say you're another person, you can say, okay, 2 scoops I'm gonna take to work, and then I'm gonna pack with myself 6 ounces of cooked chicken breast. Make that chicken breast in an air fryer so it stays juicy so you don't have dry chicken breast. I'm just gonna have this chicken breast for lunch. And then if you want, you can add rice to that chicken breast meal. You can add veggies to that chicken breast meal. You can have a wrap or a taco shell with that chicken breast, anything you want. 6 ounces of cooked chicken breast. When you get home for dinner, you can have sweet potato fries with 8 ounces of steak. And then as a snack, you can have maybe, for example, well, this is a tough one. You can maybe do the tuna instead. Tuna is a little less, but you can do tuna and rice cake. That's your fish meal. 10 ounces is more than 50 grams. And that's it. You just need to eat those 5 proteins and you can double down on any of your favorite ones. You can have 2 chicken breast meals. You can have 2 steak meals. You can have 2 protein meals. Let's say instead of just the protein shake, you can say, hey, I'm going to put this protein shake in my oatmeal. Voila, overnight oats. That's the only thing you need to remember. 50 equals 2, 6, 8, 10. And every meal, just set that rule for yourself. Moving on into micro habit number 5. Stop drinking liquid calories. They won't make you feel full. You will enjoy it just briefly, and it just does so much damage. And I mean drinking the high calorie coffees in the morning. Just drink black coffee or drink black coffee with a low calorie creamer. Stop putting sugar in the drinks. Just use a non-nutritive sweetener. I promise you, there's no difference between Coke Zero and Coke. Argue with me in the comments if you want. I can't tell the difference, especially after I've given it a go for a month. Or drink the Sprite Zero versus regular Sprite. And I get a lot of the times from my clients' partners, hey, isn't the 0 calorie version less healthy for you? No, it's not. It's perfectly fine. And it's a greater alternative to the sugary versions. So if you're okay drinking the sugary ones, you should be more than happy drinking the normal one. And for those of you who don't want to drink a 0 calorie cool drink, then you can just do a San Pellegrino or any sparkling water. I want you to mix it with a water enhancer like Robinson's. This is my favorite flavor, the blackberry currant and apple. Just mix those 2 and it just tastes like a drink and it's a bit healthier for you. If you want to leave, you can, but the next steps are game changers. But if you just leave this video here, all the results you need. come to me in a month from now. Please come in a month from now and comment on this video. Say, I did the 5 things you said, Dr. Mike, and I saw amazing results. Moving on into number 6, to be able to lose your belly fat without exercise. Get a coach. This trend will continue. I am seeing the Manjaros more. I'm seeing the Ozempics more, the semaglutides. It will continue. I foresee the injections and all these medications to be the magic pill. They finally created it, but what they'll never tell you are all the downsides to it. So I would rather promote coaching. And I'll tell you why, because you need to develop the skill of having control over your own body. If you don't have control over your own body, how do you believe that you can have control over your mind? Because they're both connected. But without getting too woo-woo, getting a coach is the easiest way to guarantee that you'll have someone guide you to tell you when to go left, when to go right, so that you can get to your destination the quickest. This is the quickest GPS route to your destination. And also, they can remove your emotional decision-making process. On top of that, they can build your entire plan for you so that you don't have to worry about it and you can follow the instructions. And on top of that, the reason why elite athletes and the most successful people in the world have coaches is because they can get an objective eye and they can be held accountable. As human beings, we need to have a feedback loop. We need to be told, hey, you're going in the right direction or you're not. You don't have a coach, it's like you're driving or you're flying blindfold. Something is going to happen and you're going to delay your success or you're going to hit something. With that being said, if you want to work with me and my team of medical doctors, and I'll tell you a little bit about what we do. Again, if you don't want to choose us, that's perfectly fine. People choose us because number one, they trust me and they trust my word. My track record speaks for itself. We guarantee the results, and all my coaches are medical doctors who are also specialists in transformation, have sports science degrees in nutrition and training, as well as being medical doctors. But what we do with our clients a lot is what we call in our DNA sequence diagnosis. We diagnose them as medical doctors and we don't just address their symptoms, but we address the root cause. And I highly recommend coaching for people who haven't tried any of the things that I've already suggested, who've actually tried many things. If you haven't tried anything, try those things first, because you could see those results on your own in the beginning. But if you've tried many things and you failed, then get a coach. I highly recommend coaches who are medical doctors, because besides the diagnosis we do from your history, we also do what we call a blood diagnosis. This is essentially, we'll pull your bloods and we can have a look at what's happening under the hood and we can identify truly what's holding you back. Very easy to see between looking at your thyroid panels, lipid panels, testosterone levels. For women, we look at estrogen, progesterone. We go through it with a fine-tooth comb. And this will usually tell us what we need to do, be able to reverse the weight for you to release it easily. And I want to share this with you. I've never shared it before. As of today, we have an 89% success rate at Sculpt by Science. And I'm sharing this with you. No other coach will share this. And I'm so proud of this. Now, this is the caveat. What we consider success at Sculpt by Science is that the person, on average, is losing 0.75% of their total body weight. So if you're 200 pounds, you need to be losing 1.5 pounds or more per week. And if you're losing less than that, then we consider you unsuccessful. 89% of our clients are losing 0.75 of their body weight or more. Not only that, they're reversing all of their health markers. We're a tight-knit family team of doctors. We work with business owners, entrepreneurs, doctors. If you're prepared to invest in your health, I invite you to fill out the application to work with us. You will never meet a group of people who care and have a desire as much as you to see results. I'll leave it there, but get a coach. Moving on into number 7. I want you to cheat once. Have one cheat meal per week. As human beings, in terms of how we function, we need to have a positive habit loop. So if you're just dieting, if you're just cutting out, it can feel like a marathon. It can feel very restrictive. You can feel like you don't have options and it can become very sad. But what we've seen is if we allow our clients one cheat meal per week, it actually really motivates them for all of their meals. So let's say you have 3 meals per day, that's 21 meals in a week. And if out of the one meal, you eat really well for 20 meals, you will see amazing results. And the one meal isn't going to make a big difference. So what we see is our clients actually hit their 20 meals because they want to be able to have that one cheat meal per week, and then they reset and they feel like it's not a diet anymore. And it breaks all these negative associations with food. So have one cheat meal and don't have a cheat meal and then dessert after, because then that's 2 meals. Have one meal that you choose. If it's going to be the pizza, let it be the pizza. If it's going to be the burger, let it be the burger. Once per week to establish a positive habit loop. And this has been amazing for our clients. We will call them up 6 months later and they're like, I have my DNA sequence. I know what to follow. Number 8, routine. You want to develop a system that works for you. So this is my routine at a high level of what I feel is important. I want to wake up and I want to get immediate sunlight in my eyes. This will reset my circadian rhythm. It'll reset my sleeping habit. And this will give me energy. This will pump my endorphins. This will pump dopamine. I feel great with seeing sunlight. You are living in a cold country. On Amazon, just search sun lamp and you'll find a lamp. If you're waking up super early, turn on this lamp and as you're getting ready, have the lamp shine on you when you're brushing your teeth, etc. This will really set your day up in a positive light. I plan for the times I'm going to go out on walks. So for example, my routine involves walking my dogs in the morning, right? I wake up early to do this. My routine also involves taking an evening walk with my wife. My routine involves I eat the same 3 meals every day that I love eating. It is 4 chicken wraps, 1 massive bowl of steak and butternut squash, that's pumpkin, and ice cream. I eat those 3 meals. So choose the same habit that you can follow and maybe write it down in a checklist. And checklists are amazing. Harvard scientists have found that checklists allow for a greater sense of success.
We implemented this checklist in 8 hospitals around the world, deliberately in places from rural Tanzania to the University of Washington in Seattle. We found that after they adopted it, the complication rates fell 35%. It fell in every hospital it went into. The death rates fell 47%. This was bigger than a drug.
Number 9, habit 9, is sleep. I've had so many people drop 10 pounds to 20 pounds, putting all their energy just on sleeping. Why would you expect that you can follow a diet better when you sleep less? Why do you think you can build muscle more if you're sleeping less? So all those things don't happen when you're not sleeping. 90% of the times, this is the first thing you need to fix because it's going to improve your testosterone. You're going to do better with your routine. You're going to follow a diet. You're going to notice that actually I don't want to eat trash food anymore. You're going to say, hey, actually I don't want to have alcohol. You're going to be in a better mood. You're going to think better. There's no downsides to sleeping more. And without spending hours doing cardio or doing a super restrictive diet, you need to fix sleep first. If you're doing all the other nonsense, fix sleep first. If you've been struggling and you're like, you know what, I don't know what to do anymore, just say, okay, I'm going to listen to Dr. Mike and I'm just going to fix my sleep. And what a game changer it will be. So a few things. In the morning, wake up, get sunlight. This will reset your internal clock so that when the nighttime comes, you feel super sleepy. Second thing, no more coffee after 12 o'clock. That's my rule because at 10 o'clock, I'll feel sleepy. As the sun starts to set, I put on these Terminator looking glasses called blue light blocking glasses. You can search on Amazon, blue light blocking glasses. The brands you can use is Sleep ZM. Those are cheaper ones. The ones we send to our clients are called True Dark. 3 hours before bed, have your last meal because when you eat, fine, you're done chewing, but your stomach and your intestines are also breaking down those foods. So part of your body is working and awake and you don't want to do that before bed. So 3 hours before bed, no more. 2 hours before bed, I want you to transition to sipping your drinks instead of like chugging a whole liter because you're going to disrupt your sleep because you're going to pee a lot. And 1 hour before bed, at least have the blue light blocking glasses on so you can prevent any of that light. Because again, remember, I tell you to have light exposure in the morning to reset your circadian rhythm. Your brain is going to think it's still light outside if you're looking at your screen or your phones. So wearing those glasses and reducing your screen time will be amazing for you. That is going to be sleep. And then finally, this is going to be challenging for so many people, is whenever we work with anybody, I always challenge them to go 2 weeks without alcohol. Why? Yes, you can lose weight and eventually we do put alcohol back. Alcohol is a toxin. Its simple form is ethanol, and ethanol to the body is a toxin. When you drink alcohol, your body stops everything and it's like, let's remove this alcohol out of here. Your liver especially. Fat loss stops, testosterone production stops, any of the healthy things happening. So I always tell my clients, give us at least 2 weeks so we can see how their body's responding as a result of the DNA sequence we build for them, with the specific foods, with the specific supplements we're giving them. So I highly recommend you stop drinking alcohol for 2 weeks so that you can see how your body responds, how you feel, without interrupting it, without giving it the wrong thing. Then slowly drip feed it back in. And my recommendation also, if you must drink, stay away from the cocktails. You need a beer, try and you'll go for the light versions. Those are the more calorie friendly versions of the beers. And I have a rule of 3. If you're gonna drink, it's 3 shots of vodka or 3 shots of whiskey or any spirit with a 0-calorie drink. No cocktails, because they're like 400, 500 calories. And why you shouldn't go over 3 is usually if you go more than that, it's gonna be hard to stick to the diet. You're gonna have food cravings, and usually the next day you're probably suffering from a hangover, and it can be extremely challenging. But I'll leave it here. 10 years in this, and I think it's my duty on a religious sense. I feel very compelled. I feel like God is saying, Mike, I put you on this earth to help people. And that's what I think about with these videos. Anyway, I'm rambling, but share this with a friend. I think it will help them drop the 40 pounds, 50 pounds, 100 pounds. It will set them in the right direction. Leave the video a like and comment down below if you guys like this style. Very simple, just straight up advice. I'll see you guys in the next one.